Hey, welcome back everyone. Don here. So this chunk of granite is going to be my new hose reel post. I know typically they're put on wood, but I thought, what about stone? I wonder if I can do it. I am a sucker for a nice piece of granite. Let's see what happens. Right here because my hose reel will be more handy to me closer to the driveway than over on that side of the house. But yeah, I gotta dig this hole. I'll work on it a little bit, but if it starts raining, I'm done. So the sun was supposed to come out this afternoon. Haven't seen hide nor hair of it. They call this a spacer, and I don't know if it's some sort of parking lot curbing or, I don't know. I don't know what this was for, but I was able to get it cheap because it was left over. Because I got it cheap, I was willing to take a chance. The post mount kit that comes with the Eley hose reel, the brackets on it will either fit a 3.5 inch post, well, a 4x4, but it's actually 3.5 inch, or a 6x6, which is actually 5.5 inch. I couldn't find any stock granite posts that meet those dimensions, and so they had this, and I figured I'd take a chance on it. It is actually 6 inches wide on this side, just a whisker under 6 inches wide here, and if I find a flat spot, and it's 7 inch this way. I may have to chip a bit of this rock face away just where the bracket goes for the mount, but we'll see. Anyway, the biggest risk that I'm taking here, and talking to the stone guy, wasn't the fact that once the unit's mounted that it could break off. I guess that could happen, the stone could crack, but the biggest concern is drilling the holes. if it doesn't crack drilling the holes, then I'm going to be in good shape. And the reason that I worry about that is that the bracket that comes in the kit intended for use on a wooden post only sets the hardware or the screw hole back about 2 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches. And so drilling that close to the edge, causes me a little concern that this, that I'll break the post or I'll get a crack or something. So I've got to watch for that. So when I drill this, I'll have to be real careful. So it's the next day. It's supposed to rain again today too. So hopefully I can get some progress made before the rain comes. So I finally got the holes drilled, and I realized it would have been a lot easier if I used a diamond blade instead of concrete masonry blades. Those made it go really hard, but they're done. So I'm ready to put it in the ground. Come on. There's a boulder in this hole off to one side, and I need to turn this to get it unstuck from it. There we go. There it is. Woo! So I have some of this stuff that I picked up from my bucket load guy. This is the same stuff that's on the trail here. So what it is just small rocks, 3/4 inch or so down to dust, and this packs nice and tight. And so that's what I'm going to use to hold that post in place. That way, if I ever need to move it, it's not, concrete. So we're back at it another day, and I ran into another snag. So this is part of the hose reel, the part that mounts to the post, and I've added this to it. It originally comes with a shorter centerpiece, and I added this as part of the extension kit to allow the reel to hold more hose. There's instructions if you're doing this, it's easy to figure out. This thing is built like a tank, and it comes with all stainless steel, high quality stuff. And I want to use the hardware that comes with the kit to mount this to masonry, but it's really intended to mount it flush to like a brick wall, or some sort of brick veneer or stone veneer that's on the side of a house or a garage or what have you. And the problem I'm running into with using this bracket, there's 4 of these. This is the post kit to mount it to a post. The hardware for mounting this to a 4x4 or a 6x6 wooden post, they're just stainless steel lag bolts. They'd go right through this. It would fit nicely. But the hardware for masonry won't fit through the holes for the post kit. It looks like they're designed to go through the holes here to flush mount it. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to put it on the post. So I either have to use different hardware, which I don't really want to do. These are pretty nice. Or I think the easiest solution is going to be to bore this hole out. This is just a piece of aluminum that's probably powder coated, but I'm going to just drill these holes out to make the diameter match what I need to fit these 5/16 sort of concrete lags. Then I'll be able to put these through this way and into the post and tighten them all down. Fun times. At least on the bright side, this aluminum will be easier to drill than the post was. Alright, so I bored these holes out a little bit so this hardware will fit inside. When you tighten the bolt, it pulls this piece, which is actually threaded, onto the end of the bolt. So when you tighten the bolt, this metal piece pulls up in and it spreads the wings on this outer metal piece, and that's what creates the friction to hold it in place. One, two, three. Hardware that these thread into is pressed into this piece here. It's a good design where the center of this is inset, so it won't catch on your palm when you're spinning it up. Nice. Nice. Insert the handle, the nylon handle, in there and put this up against that. This is the brake. That goes on that way. I know from the instructions from the expansion kit, there's a shim I need to put in here before I put this on. Nylon strap here gets tightened by this screw right here, and it grabs onto the hose. So it can't slide one way or the other and sort of put a lot of tension on this valve, on this knuckle assembly or what have you. There, so that's in there nice. And then there's this brake. There's some options. I can leave it loose, so when it's loose, when it's off, it's loose, and then I can snap it down and keep it relatively snug so it won't unroll in the wind, or when it's out of balance or whatever. But I think I'd rather snug this up a little bit. This thing really is rock solid, and in my case, it's mounted to something that's rock solid too. I haven't run any water through it. I don't know if it leaks or anything, and I'll get to that, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. This hose is where it comes out through the center, and I've got to connect this up to the water source, which isn't close enough. So I've got some work to do. Eventually I will dig a trench and put a pipe in the ground, but that'll be a project for another day. I probably didn't need the kit to make it hold more hose, but room for expansion, right? Now I can get whatever hose I want, and it'll fit. It'll take 3/4 inch hose, it'll take 5/8 hose, whatever hose I can find, it'll fit on this monster. So I think it's neat that I was able to put it on a granite post. I think it's going to look good. Still have some work to do to this bed. Probably going to take these things and trim them back dramatically, but this is the wrong time of year to be doing that, so I'm kind of holding off. But yeah, this is it. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.